Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. So, when I heard about this, Joel Embiid may never play back-to-back games ever again, I was just like, interesting. Didn't even think about it, the absurdity around it. Until Reggie Miller said something about it on the telecast on the Lakers versus Suns preseason game last night. And I thought about it. And I thought about it real deeply. And I thought about how ridiculous that really sounds. Like, it's like, really? I don't get these dudes. They want to consider being a great and all that stuff, but you don't do the things that the great ones done. But let me read into this right quick. Because it sounds like there's a bunch of freaking soft BS going on. So, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers have already planned some scheduled absences for the 2023 NBA MVP this season. Embiid, who has struggled with injuries since being drafted third overall in 2014 NBA draft, made a startling proclamation about his playing status going forward as it pertains to back-to-backs. If I had to guess, I would probably never play back-to-backs the rest of my career. Well, let me do this. I'm going to try to do this. No, I can't do it. I was trying to speak in Embiid's accent. The reasoning behind it is simple. The Sixers and Embiid wanted him to be healthy for the postseason, and even if that means sitting out games during the regular season to ensure he's capable of playing heavy minutes in the playoffs, then so be it. Oh, my goodness, man. That's even more true given that this is the best the Sixers roster assembled since Embiid's been the franchise star. Adding another injury-prone star in Paul George, this summer gives the Sixers enough star player to go onto the offense, especially when Embiid is not on the floor or missing a game. Reuniting with Andre Drummond, the NBA's greatest rebounder in NBA history, to be Embiid's backup ensures that not significant drop off of the defensive side of the ball when the Sixers star is on the bench. And even adding someone like Caleb Martin and bringing in Eric Gordon gives the Sixers depth to allow Embiid not to have to play so many minutes until the postseason.
You disloyal fool ass bitch made punk. Jay!
Oh my goodness.
It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them.
All right. Lost my train of thought. Sorry for the pause. Try to follow this through. All right. Stupid computer keeps moving. While the Sixers have been a good team over the years, they haven't been able to figure out things when Embiid misses time when he's on the bench. Last season, Sixers were 5.9 points per 100 possessions, better than when Embiid was playing compared to when he sat. The trend is similar if you stretch back to the 2021 season too. You can just look at the wins and losses to see how much of an impact Embiid has. Prior to him going out with a knee injury that forced him to miss 28 games last season, the Sixers sat 5th in the East. When Embiid out, the Sixers ended up having to go through the play-in to earn the 7th spot in the Eastern playoffs. The hope is that the additions of George, Martin, Drummond, and Eric Gordon, and the continued ascension of Tyrese Maxey, the Sixers will be able to not only stay afloat without Embiid, but still be dominant. But when this gets interesting, Embiid is when you start crunching the numbers to see how this will play out. Philadelphia has 15 back-to-backs this season, so Embiid truly intends on sitting out at least one in each of those back-to-backs. He's guaranteed to miss 15 games. That puts him at a playing a maximum of 67 games. That doesn't include any possible one-off games. Embiid may be out as an inevitable elements that pop up, putting him dangerously close to missing that 65-game threshold the league now requires to be eligible for most end of season awards. In other words, we could see a second season of Embiid not making an All NBA team as not being eligible for awards like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and all defensive teams. That may not be something Embiid cares about, though, as he told ESPN. I accomplished everything individually, but there's one thing missing, which is to win a championship. With that in mind, it appears Embiid is focused on one thing this season more than ever is to win a championship and not playing in back-to-backs. A major step in ensuring he's healthy for what the Sixers hope to be a long postseason. And I think that's the end of the article. You know what? Don't.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy.
Don't ever compare this guy to any of the great centers ever again. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it anywhere. Don't even think it. I made a video probably post Olympics on how I don't think he's a top 15 or I don't think he's a top 20 center. This is one of the reasons why right here, the mentality. See, it's not all about skill. It's also about the mentality. The want to win. See, the problem with Embiid is, let me look it up real quick. The problem with Embiid, it's not that he's always injured. There's reasons why he is injured. From what I heard, he likes to indulge in eating. We all do. Don't get me wrong. But when you 7 foot, how tall is he? When you 7 foot and you almost weigh, supposedly it's listed 280. When you weigh anywhere from 280 to almost 300, that's not good for the knees. That's not good for the ligaments. So you put all that pressure on your ligaments trying to play at a high level with the weight that you're playing in, that will lead to serious injury. And therefore, Embiid has been a participant in the injury bug because of his weight. He has too much weight for what he wants to do on the court. That was a problem with Shaq, and that's why Shaq's career towards the end started to slow down because he had too much weight on his body. Because when he was in Orlando, he was in tip-top shape. When we got to LA and started getting lazy and started indulging eating cheeseburgers and all this other stuff, the injury started really to pop up. Now, you compare that to one Hakeem Olajuwon and his career, playing career, he was 7 foot, same size, 7 foot 6'11" of Embiid, but he weighed almost 35 pounds less. At 255 was his playing weight. Like I said, Embiid is playing way too heavy for what he wants to do. And therefore, all these injuries keep popping up. Yeah, I repeated myself. So it's not so much that he plays back-to-back games. No, the motor figure is out of shape. He's not playing at a reasonable weight. That's his issue. So it's not injuries. No, he has to change his diet. You're over 30 now. He's 30 years old. He'll be 31 in March. Next March. 31 in next March. He needs to cut down on the weight. Because even myself, I realized it wasn't so much the fat. No. I keep myself in shape. I think I was too. There's also another thing that also happens too. I forgot to mention, but this is not Embiid. You playing with too much muscle on you. That kind of tends to wear you down too. Create some injuries. I won't say the significant injuries, but create some minor aches and pains. Sometimes some injuries. Muscle, adding a lot of muscle on too. Try to play with a lot of muscle. That doesn't help either. So any heavy weight like that, either fat or muscle, whatever, it's not good for the joints and the knees and all that stuff playing at a high caliber level. So I end up dropping down. I think the most I weighed was probably like 212. And so far, I have dropped down to 202. So I lost 10 pounds in the last month and a half. Congratulations to me. So it's possible. That's his problem. He's too big. He's way too big to do anything. I think right now, let me see something real quick. Let me look at somebody, his contemporary, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. See Giannis. Giannis is probably around the same height, 6'11", 7 foot. 243. I don't even think Giannis is 243, so he weighs 12 pounds less than Hakeem. That's crazy. It looks more muscular than Hakeem. But even so, same height, around the same height, 243, 255. That's probably about a good weight to play at. So yeah, playing at 280 is way too much for Embiid. I think that was even the problem with Anthony Davis too, because Anthony Davis was a little bit too heavy. I think he probably might have lost some weight or start working on his body. But regardless, same thing with Nikola Jokic. He had to drop down some weight. As soon as he dropped down the weight, it seemed like his career changed, and now he's the way he is right now. But the fact that he doesn't want to play in back-to-backs, there's no chemistry there. You can't have no, you got all these new pieces. You can't have no camaraderie, no chemistry if you're not playing half the games. So you miss 15 games right off the bat. And then if he does get injured, which probably most likely will happen, he missing anywhere from 5 to 10 games, 2 to 10 games. So you can't build anything with that. And therefore, they'll probably be a 7 seed again, a 6 seed, a low seed again. I'm sure they can try to climb themselves out of the hole by winning at a lower seed, but I haven't seen it from any of these guys. I haven't seen it for Paul George. I haven't seen it for Embiid. These guys are suckers, man. These guys are soft. Sorry, man. This is not the NBA we all grew up with. We got a whole bunch of soft. Anthony Davis is 253. Listed weight is 253. Even he had to lose some weight. I think he had to lose some weight to get his ass in shape because he was having too many injuries too. So he had a career high in games played last season. But this generation is too soft. And I understand what Victor Wembanyama is saying when it comes to these dudes. They ain't worried about the game. But like I said, I never want to hear Embiid as a top 5 center or top 10 center again. Hell no. There's only one top 10 center playing in today's league, and that's Nikola Jokic. And possibly, you gotta let his career progress, but it possibly could be Victor Wembanyama with that mindset he has. And with his talent, he could possibly be a top 10 center. But Joel Embiid, get him. Trump, take it over for me.
Get him out of here. Get out. Get him out of here.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.